Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. I hope you all had a wonderful Wednesday yesterday and are having a fantastic Thursday today. Today we're going to do a Cardano video, and we've got a lot of things to go over. We know the entire market sold off severely. There was obviously a lot of liquidations that took place today. We're going to cover that. We're going to cover a number of things in this video. We're going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to look at Cardano. We're going to go back to our kind of macro blueprint that we have set out for Cardano. We're going to look at Cardano versus Bitcoin, ADA versus BTC, because we did tell you that this was going to bottom, and you were actually going to see Cardano gain strength in relation to Bitcoin, and we think that you are on the precipice of that now. The tides are about to turn. We're going to be reiterating to you guys the flow of money into markets, and this is Bitcoin on the left and Ethereum on the right. And what I'm really going to try and highlight to you here is that Bitcoin leads these markets. We've done plenty of looking into this on the channel, hopefully convincingly. And really what I want to do is highlight some of that for you today. I also want to go back to some of our older videos. This was when Cardano was around about 62 cents, and we said there's still a lot to come. And I'm saying the same thing today, guys. Remember that Bank of America article that we covered, where they said that this is the first inning for crypto. You know, they see this as a 30-year progressive market. We are on the same page with them. We think cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology, more importantly, is going to impact the world in a big way. And you guys get the chance to be early investors in that. And what I really want to do, the reason I'm bringing this up isn't to brag or anything like that, is to really show you that the whole market follows Bitcoin. We used to cover this a lot in our early videos, and this is how we said Cardano was going to get to its all-time highs and go beyond. We called the Ethereum all-time high, and of course we called the Bitcoin all-time high right at the start of the channel. This was from March. I think this one was from February at the start of this year. So we've been in Cardano for a long time, ladies and gentlemen, and even though we've been in it for as long as we have, we still think there's plenty more to come. And the crypto market's kind of backwards in the sense that people lose interest when the price goes down and doesn't really do a lot. That is the time to accumulate and buy. Now, that isn't financial advice. That's just what I personally do, and I personally instruct my family to do and friends. But you guys do whatever you want. You don't need to take my word for it, but it's proven. You know, the whole point of investing is investing in something when it's cheap and selling it when it's high. Everybody seems to FOMO into the market when the price is skyrocketing, where what they really should be doing is accumulating at these kind of low volume, boring, low price moments. So Cardano's there today. We are, of course, going to take a look at Cardano on the 4-hourly chart, because you had this horrific wick here, ladies and gentlemen. This was obviously caused by Bitcoin selling off. I'm going to show you why this is actually pretty normal. This wick here isn't normal and is a real accreditor to the fact that there is manipulation in the market, which we all know. To say that there's not manipulation in the market is foolish. We know that it actually doesn't take that much Bitcoin, that much sell pressure to move this market in a significant way. When you look at something like Bitcoin that has a $1.2 trillion market cap, it doesn't need anywhere near that to tank the price significantly. I mean, 10% of that, if 10% of Bitcoin's, or 10% of the money in Bitcoin's market cap sold off, the price of Bitcoin would sell off significantly more than 10%, but we're not going to go into markets and how order books work and a prices kind of came up with. So that's really what we have. Like I say, apologies for not being and doing a video yesterday. We've been traveling around sunny Scotland. We've been doing a number of things, meeting with clients. We've also been taking a look at some charities that we want to get involved with. Those of you who follow the channel regularly will know that we set up a Cardano stake pool. And one of the incentives, I guess, or one of the feel-good factors of staking with us, in my mind, would be that we are active in charity and not just give money to charity, but we have an active role in some of those charities. So I was visiting a charity today. These guys get nowhere near the credit that they deserve, and we'd like, when the kind of stake pool becomes profitable and we start minting blocks to be able to help those guys out. I mean, they're doing an amazing job on their own, but we'd like to kind of get active and involved with them. So there's more to come on that. So let's dive into the price, guys. Bit of a long opener, but we didn't make a video yesterday. Bitcoin. Well, we had this horrific scam wick here, or this horrific sell-off, and this, of course, caused liquidations, which is why you see these huge wicks for altcoins. One thing that's amazing is look how much this wick, or look how much this candle had got bought up, and you can tell that with the wick. And what Cardano is doing is actually pretty nice. Those of you who follow me on Twitter, and if you're not already, guys, head over to my Twitter. It's real all in crypto. or at Real All in Crypto, we did say that a relief rally was coming, and we were very careful with our wording. Trying to predict these markets on a daily basis is near enough impossible with a level of 100% accuracy. But we knew that a relief rally was coming. And we used the word relief rally for a reason, because we didn't think that this was going to be your kind of off to the races phase. We think that Cardano still has a little bit more coiling up to do, but you are really on the precipice of a significant move to the upside. We've been bullish throughout this entire period, and we've been bullish on Cardano for a very long time for a reason, guys. What is going on here is huge, and I haven't even scratched the surface of it on this channel in regards to the fundamentals and what they're trying to achieve. So we know that we have this horrific wick. Really good sign that it was bought up in the kind of manner that it was. This was caused by liquidations with Bitcoin selling off. Bitcoin's actually doing something pretty healthy, because we did say when we were down here, guys, that this was going to be a significant level of resistance, this area here. And if you look at what happens typically when you come up and you break that level of resistance, you will often come back to take it as support. And you can see you actually sold off below it. You've done the same thing today. You've come to a level of serious resistance. You've now gone significantly above it. And you've sold off below it in rather a volatile manner. This will be people taking profits. This will be people trying to move the market and kind of keep it where it is. This volatility you've got to get used to for the next 3 months or so, because the markets are going to be very volatile. If we're expecting Bitcoin and crypto to end in the kind of manner that we think it will in a 2017 or prior to that 2013-esque bull run style, there's a lot of volatility attached to that, and you guys have just got to be able to this is why it's so important to understand what you're investing in, to have done your due diligence, because if you have that belief, you're going to have those roots in the ground. You're going to be like a tree. You're not going to get blown around every time there's a gust of wind or there's volatility in the markets. So what Bitcoin's doing is actually not that out of the ordinary. We're still expecting Bitcoin to go significantly higher. We think 100K is absolutely on the cards this year, and we think you're going to go above and beyond that. But ultimately, guys, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, you've come up, you've got overextended from your EMA on the 4 hourly, and you've come back to it. This happens. I mean, look at every time you get overextended, guys. It's always met with a retest. So there's nothing really out of the ordinary there. Are we going to see Bitcoin start to wane slightly? Not sell, but sort of go up in less of a volatile manner, more of a steady kind of climb. And are we going to see altcoins flourish? Well, we are starting to see the signs of that with Ethereum. Ethereum is making its way up to its all-time highs. It's doing what it does at every resistance level in much the same way that Bitcoin did. Can you see when it comes up to it, you'll get a sell-off, you'll set up structure to go further. Can you see this? And you're just going to do this, guys, and you're going to play catch-up with Bitcoin. The structure here is the exact same, guys. Can you see this? This is what you're doing, and Cardano is yet to do it. And Cardano absolutely follows Ethereum, and Ethereum follows Bitcoin, and we've shown you that so many times. We used to talk about it all the time. Like I say, this was a video from March the 11th this year, and where we're talking about it. I think we got quite a few views on this one, and we were saying, look, Cardano, you're going to get all-time highs. The title of this is Cardano ADA. You haven't seen anything yet. Here's why, must watch. And we go into a long list of reasons. Cardano is about to moon. Apologies for using that phrase, but that was right at the start of the year. And this is what we're looking at for Cardano. And even on a short-term time frame, you had your falling wedge, which is a trend reversal sign, and you've gone on from this low, you've failed to make a lower low, you've come up, you failed to make a higher high, and you're in this kind of squeeze, if you will. And that's why we called this a relief rally, because you come up, you did some really bullish things. First of all, you took this descending resistance, and you're actually holding it pretty well. Not only did you do that, on the daily time frame, you actually took this. We've drawn all over the charts here. We love to do that. I'll try and neaten things up a little bit for you guys. Not only did you take this descending resistance in this kind of channel that we're in this kind of symmetrical triangle, but you actually also came up and you had, for the first time, convincingly took your EMA on the daily. And this is in an upward moving market. The EMA will act as support and a kind of elevator. In a downward moving market, it will act as resistance. You can see that's very apparent here. And for the first time, you'd kind of shown the signs that you were, breaking to the other side, if you will, until we had what I believe was liquidations. I think that, somebody would have decided that they wanted to kind of dump the price. And what you tend to find is, and you can certainly see this with Cardano, they'd dump the price only to accumulate here. And this is why you have these big wicks. People step in and accumulate. It's a way for people to kind of scalp money from the markets. Whales have the power to do that. Like I say, it doesn't take a huge amount of money to move these markets in one way or the other. Certainly we know there's entities out there that can do that, or groups of entities can do that very convincingly. So Cardano is actually not doing anything out of the ordinary, and it's actually bullish what's happening, because this was your low. This was a higher low than this previous one. You put in a higher low here, but you failed to make a higher high from here, but you've now come up and made a higher high. So there is still indecision. You can sort of move this channel here like this, and ultimately you're still in this range. But the good thing is, what I really want to see is you holding this EMA here, and I'm ultimately expecting continuation, and it's not long before Cardano starts to follow Bitcoin and Ethereum. You can see that you've got Bitcoin here, Ethereum is following it, and we've shown you on so many occasions, this is ADA over here, Cardano is going to follow it. It just takes a little bit more time. Can you see how much further Bitcoin is on the left, Cardano, Ethereum in the middle, and Cardano at the end? It takes a little bit of time to get there. And like I say, markets are very backward in the crypto space because people lose interest when the price is boring, when the price isn't really doing anything. That isn't when you should be losing interest. The bear market for me was hard. I think it was hard for all of us in the bear market. Because the price literally did nothing. It just went sideways and everyone had lost hope. But that was the opportunity of a lifetime. Ultimately, I took that opportunity. I tried to get everybody that I knew to take that opportunity. It's really why we created this channel, to make sure that people don't miss out on this. There is the potential to make, in the coming years, forget about your Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory for now. Crypto is going to play a big role. And if you back the right cryptocurrency, and we believe Cardano is that, you're going to do very, very well. Investing is one of the keys to move yourself out of poverty, or slavery is what I really like to call it. Financial slavery. That's how they've enslaved the world. Investing is the key to moving out of that. You know, fear, if you just hold fiat money, you're going to get nowhere, guys, because they've rigged the game. I don't want to sound too out there with that, but what you're seeing now for Cardano isn't that bad. This was just a symptom of Bitcoin selling off and people getting liquidated, and obviously they'll have collateral in Cardano, they'll have collateral in a number of things. People get scared, traders get scared, they get liquidated, etc., etc. And once one liquidation takes place, you tend to get a cascade of them. Now, in regards to the Cardano and Bitcoin chart, it's doing what we set out for it. Now, we did draw this 5-wave. It's gone a little bit lower, but for the first time now, guys, you've come above your 4-hourly EMA and you're actually holding it. And we knew that this was going to happen, in all honesty. We didn't, you've got dangerously close to where we said you weren't going to go below. But essentially one common trait here is you don't sell off. Once you've done an impulse, you won't sell off past the previous low, the previous bottom. This is a trait for the Cardano Bitcoin chart. And the reason for this is, as the market matures, kind of the reason why we've seen Bitcoin dominance dwindle, because this market is maturing. People are understanding the technology behind it, and moving away from Bitcoin. Bitcoin at one point was it. Now you have many exciting altcoins that are kind of, it's why ETH dominance has gone up, because people understand that you can do more with Ethereum than you can Bitcoin. You can do more with Cardano than you can Bitcoin. And this is what we're looking at. And for the first time, you're above this EMA here, guys. Let's zoom in a little. And you're holding it, and we want to see you continue to hold that. Can you see you did that over here? You're in this kind of downtrend. I'll put it back on auto so you can see this a little bit more accurate. You're in this downtrend, you can't get above your EMA convincingly, and then you break it for the first time, and this signals a kind of reversal, and this is what we're expecting. Same thing over here. Can you see this? You come down, 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 you come above it, you get a retest of it, and then you get that reversal, and then this is really a trait that continues. You can see this is present everywhere, guys. So this is what we're expecting. We're very, very bullish on Cardano, and we think it's got nowhere near started yet, in actual fact. We think the market cap of Cardano could reach somewhere like Ethereum is, and we still have those price predictions, as I'm sure many of you know, of $7.50 to $10 potentially within this year. One criticism that we always get, which I think is a fair criticism, is how we're going to get there with 2 or so months left. We showed you that Cardano, in the space of 42 days, guys, went up essentially 210%. If we take that from where we are today, or if we take that from this low over here, to make it a little bit more fair, and we go up 210%, you can see that we get to this sort of $6 range, roughly. We're doing this very roughly, and that only takes us to the 29th of November, so you've still got a month after that. Remember that we also believe in our kind of Elliott wave theory, that you are in this third wave within your, this is your 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 wave, fourth wave, and now you're in your fifth wave. And within your fifth wave, you're in that third wave, which is typically the biggest wave within Elliott wave theory, if it follows a true Elliott wave theory fashion. So you could actually see more than a 210% gain within that time, within or before the end of the year, and you could see that $7.50 to $10 price range. It's absolutely not out of the realms of possibility. When this market gets going, guys, it really does. I think this rally has really shocked many people. Bitcoin isn't really doing too much out of the ordinary in the sense that, you know, when you take a big resistance level, you'll often come back to test it as support. When you get overextended, you'll often come back. So things are looking actually pretty healthy, guys. For those of you that didn't watch Charles's brief update, well worth a watch. He talks about having meetings with heads of state, central banks in Africa, or he's in South Africa at the moment, and he talks about a Pan-Africa strategy that they have. You know, they really want to implement themselves into Africa in a huge way, and I think that is fantastic. I think that they are really niche in that aspect of what they're doing within some of the countries in Africa, and ultimately, you know, there's a lot of value in Africa, but it's not being onboarded, if you will, and that's what Cardano is looking to do, and they're looking to help people out in the process and replace broken systems with systems that work, and in some cases are going to be more advanced than the ones we have in the Western world. They're going to be far more easily implemented due to the fact that you don't have like a legacy system to go up against that has billions Anyway, we're getting sidetracked, guys. This was just an update. Like I say, apologies we didn't do a video yesterday. We were travelling around sunny Scotland. Beautiful Scotland, I should say. You wouldn't have thought that Scotland was really that much of a part of the UK because of how beautiful parts of it are. Certainly when you talk about the Highlands of Scotland and places like that, they're absolutely magical. So that's really all I have for you guys. Remember, we do have the stake pool. We did lose a couple of delegators, I think, because we're not minting blocks yet. People potentially don't want to delegate to the pool, but we will get to that stage. I don't think we're far off, guys. It went a little bit slower than I thought, but like I say, I think people don't want to delegate due to the fact that we're not minting blocks. It is coming. We only need to get a couple more 100,000 Cardano to start minting those blocks. We will get there, guys, and like I say, we're coming up with some fantastic ways to make you guys feel good about not only getting your rewards from the pool, but staking with us. So that's really all I have for you, ladies and gents. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. Nothing really out of the ordinary. You've kind of come back into this, but the good thing is you're holding this EMA. Ultimately, this was just caused by what happened with Bitcoin. You know, you can see that Ethereum suffered the same fate, but they're all making a kind of swift recovery, and they all got relatively bought up. And it's quite common that when you get overextended from these EMAs, you do come back to test them. Cardano didn't necessarily get overextended, but what it is a symptom of or a casualty of the markets as a whole. And remember, this is the point that I really want to reiterate. Cardano follows Ethereum, Ethereum follows Bitcoin. This is the flow of money into markets. When we see Bitcoin go up but start to ease off the gas, you'll see Ethereum catch up and outperform it. When you see Ethereum start to go up but ease off the gas, you'll see coins like Cardano. You'll see a number of other coins out there do the same thing. Solana's doing exceptionally well for a number of reasons. It's the new kid on the block. Everyone wants to get to know the new kid. And also they have huge backing from FTX. We're not against Solana or any of these other smart contract platforms. We actually hold Solana. We actually like the FTX exchange. But, I mean, there's no but there. You know, Cardano is going to have its time in the sun. I'm going to love and leave you on that note, guys. I've rambled on for long enough. Hope you've all had a fantastic Thursday, and we'll be back tomorrow with another video, and so on and so forth. That's all I have for you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and I'll catch you in the next YouTube video.